It was supposed to be just another weekend getaway, my family and I heading back to my hometown for a wedding. The plan was simple: catch up with old friends, enjoy some family time, and attend a lavish wedding for a little adult fun. What we didn't expect was to witness the most cold, calculated, and oddly satisfying revenge prank I've ever seen unfold in real life. Let me take you back a few years. I grew up in a small town, one of those places where everyone knows everyone, and memories last longer than the street signs. We had wonderful neighbors, a kind couple with 2 kids, a boy and a girl, about 2 years younger than me. The kids were great, full of energy, and constantly at each other's throats. In a playful way, of course. Their sibling rivalry was legendary on our block, always pulling pranks on each other. Nothing dangerous, just your classic sugar in the salt shaker or plastic wrap on the toilet seat kind of stuff. Over the years, I grew especially close to the dad and the son. The boy, let's call him Jake, would often do odd jobs for me. Mow the lawn, clean the gutters, shovel the driveway in the winter. He was a good kid, hard-working, and always had a mischievous twinkle in his eye. His sister, let's call her Lily, had a similar streak, but she liked to push the envelope a bit more when it came to her jokes. As they got older, the pranks got a little meaner. Harmless mischief slowly morphed into something with more bite. The most notorious prank came during Jake's senior prom. That night, Lily took things way too far. She replaced his shampoo with hair removal cream. I kid you not. Poor guy washed his hair only to find chunks of it falling out in clumps. He had to shave his head entirely and ended up going to prom completely bald. Mortified, humiliated. The worst part? Lily thought it was hilarious. I moved out of town a few months after that, but I kept in touch with Jake now and then through texts and emails. He moved on, finished college, got a great job, and eventually settled down not too far from his parents. Time marched on, and life went on for all of us. Now, flash forward to the present. The night before the wedding, everything was going smoothly. We drove into town, checked into our hotel, and were looking forward to catching up with people we hadn't seen in years. Then, the morning of the wedding, we got a strange text from Lily and Jake's dad. Wedding is canceled. Reception still happening. Come anyway. It'll be a fun party. What? We were completely confused. Was this some weird last-minute change? Cold feet? A family emergency? Curiosity got the best of us, so we showed up to the reception, which was now just a full-blown party. Beautiful venue, music, food, flowers, the works. But no bride. Everyone was there, except Lily. And that's when we found out what had really happened. Jake, standing with a drink in hand and a devilish smirk, calmly told us, "Remember prom night?" We nodded. Well, I finally got her back. Apparently, Jake had waited nearly a decade, 9 whole years, to serve his revenge ice cold. The night before her wedding, he sneaked into her bathroom and swapped her expensive shampoo with, you guessed it, hair removal cream. When Lily showered that morning, the same thing happened to her as it did to him all those years ago. Hair everywhere. Jake, for his part, looked like a man who had waited for this moment with monk-like patience. He said it wasn't about being mean. It was about balance. He said he'd lived with the memory of prom night for years, and he needed to even the score. Their parents? Well, they weren't thrilled, but surprisingly, they weren't angry either. The dad just shook his head and said, "We warned her for years that prank would come back to bite her." The mom admitted that while it was heartbreaking to see the wedding canceled, She couldn't blame Jake for wanting revenge. They both agreed that what Lily did back then was cruel, and maybe now she understood.